Yo, One West, UPK. Yeah, easy. Hey boy, you're not tough, your favor tough crackers. Don't come around here so we no see rockers. Gun full of copper, none of them are no clappers. Hey, where the hell is it? Me say dash more liquor in a cup. All of me killer them kidney and liver up. The nigga them me a bar, we no give a fuck when my shot pull trigger dog. Every week I bust One West. No coward, no day in ya, so if I were you a study pick another syllabus. With a guns we have, coulda feel a bus. Everything I walk just cross the line. Strap to the Ingram bar, me side with one in at the head like all the time. Custom Glock when me can't find, bus 40 binds that hard to find. Kill with the scope of the army style. Chop out the bed from 40 mile. Don't fuck yourself, no start, no vibes. This a bad man party time. Figured up, so it sound when it in a bus. Every nigga where you see us so triggered up. Boy, we get figured up, which I think I got too fat, girl, me have up. One a dark skin, a she me love. But me deal with the brown and vigorous. Couple 9, couple Mac 10, 16 plus 45 to the max, everything add up. Minor adjustments span the 9. Make your big gunshot and it nah recoil. Thick rubber grip Glock 45 with extension clip shot nah decline. Kill with the scope of the army style. Chop out them head and guard the mine. Don't make no madness cross your mind. When I'm bad man party time. Hey boy, you're not tough, your favor tough crackers. Don't come around here so when you no see rockers. Gun full of copper, none of them are no clappers. Show them a hacker, wonder who them a hackers. No, them not bad, them a fool and a shatter. Hey man, lala send you back a school to your lockers. While them a cool, we get hotter. While them a move, man a move to the matter now. Strap with the Ingram bar, me side with one in the head like all the time. Custom Glock when me can't define. Bus 40 binds that hard to find. Kill with the scope of the army style. Chop out the bed from 40 mile. Don't fuck yourself, no start, no vibes. Yeah. A One West in I build, that's up me there. A 21 question, 21 me I go need to do confession. If me go a jail, would you wait for me? Or you woulda fuck for me with me charge it? If me sick, would you care for me? Or you woulda leave me to go party? If me dey a foreign and I send me money, would you build a house in my name for me? Answer me no, me a wait Charlie. Woulda expect a little loyalty? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If the police them a search for me, would you sell me or would you work for me? Would you tell them where to find me and make the situation worse for me? Girl, if me need loyalty, put a count on your loyalty. Would you bring bail money for me? Girl, or would you just bail on me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Right now, girl, you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If me nah work and me nah no money, me give a girl, would you be there for me? If I'm man with a new GLE, if your girl would you choose they or me? If you start greed and your family, them start pressure you, step in that way, they come here. With your murder, the little baby, or you will bring it to bear for me. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance.
Yeah, man. What's going on? What's going on?
Boy, you know,
we're gonna answer all the questions.
Go
ahead.
Hopefully she have an answer, you know.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Yeah, man. So shalom, sir. Yabon Shashakata. Wagwan.
Shalom Mishkata. Yeah, Shemata Shemashai to the sisters and them. You understand? And to the brothers and them. Shalom, Yahaba Shemashakatham to the brothers and them out there who looking at it, you know what I mean, supporting the show, man. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. You know what I mean? Smash it. You know what I mean? Gonna get into some, you know what I mean, a couple stories here tonight. You know what I mean? So
Again,
what we have?
Yeah, man. I will just give them the official intro. You know, I think already this is the Breakdown podcast. You understand?
Yeah.
Where we break down the strongholds that hold back the children of Israel here in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? North, Central, and South America. You understand? Hosted by captain of 13,000 Nayatak. You know what I mean? An officer of 500 Kayadwan. You understand?
That's right.
Yeah, so crime again, sir, here in Jamaica, you know? You know what I mean?
Never. Yeah, man. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Come, you had a story?
Got one concert.
We jump straight into it one time. Let's see what's going on. What plague in the island, or what plague in all the islands, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? Crime. Right? And if you don't think, you know what I mean, it's all about oppression, and that's the whole thing with crime on the island. You know what I mean? We're not seeing the so-called oppressor on the island, so we're thinking that he is not the one, you know what I mean, who to blame for all this crime that's on the island.
Right.
But then ask yourself if there is a gun, what gun store, what gun factory it is on the island. There's no gun factory on the island, but yet still majority of them, you mean, unalive and coming from guns.
Right.
There's no factory making bullets on the island. None whatsoever. But yet still there's loads of bullets, loads of ammo.
Gun.
You know what I mean? And now all they do is just sit back and, you know what I mean, watch us, you know what I mean, unalive each other. You understand? And we here to try and quell that, stop it. You understand? We ain't telling you give up your firearm. If it's illegal, you make sure and try your best to make it legal. And if you can't, then you don't need to have it. You understand? But we ain't here to tell it to hand in, you know what I mean, or lay down. You say we in the Christian church.
Right.
You understand? You get your firearm, get it legal. You know what I mean? And use it to defend yourself. You understand? All right. Come on.
So lucky, if I may do, sir. Here in Jamaica, there's no way to make an illegal firearm legal. But the problem is they make it difficult for you to get a legal firearm. So, you know what I mean? Kind of one concert.
Yeah, I know. And you know what I mean, that's just how the, you know what I mean, that's how the island is. You know what I mean? The brothers are gonna find a way to you know what I mean, to make it happen. When you know what I mean, they shouldn't, you know what I mean, they should not basically. If your car get it illegal, then just, you know what I mean, try to. You know what I mean? Push. Push for it. You know what I mean? So come on. Let's see what's going on the island.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pula, and here are the details. 4 men were shot and killed in downtown Kingston Wednesday morning. A police officer was also shot and injured in the incident. According to reports, sometime after 1, the police were in the vicinity of Orange Street where they heard gunshots. When they went to investigate, they were confronted by gunmen and a shootout ensued. 5 firearms, including 2 M16 rifles, were seized.
They intervened, and subsequently, men traveling in a ISIS motor car opened gunfire.
And now you're seeing
running one battle.
Now you're seeing too, right? You're hearing the make and brand of the weapon. An M16 rifle. How the hell it get on the island? You understand what I'm saying? Them thing is high power rifle. Them thing they use in the military. But yet and still, you know what I mean, brothers finding a way to get it. Like you can get guns and ammo, but you know what I mean, but food on the island is, you know what I mean, is something, is nigh unto a scarcity. Where can I get on the island there? Mutton, lamb, you know what I mean? Lamb expensive.
Right.
You know what I
mean?
You can't even get lamb, but you could get a M16 and, you know what I mean, and some, you know what I mean, and some rifle ammo. You understand? Come on.
Dude, the man was being fired on. The car with the men eventually crashed on King Street vicinity, Charles Street. 6 men, numbering about 6, came out, opening gunfire at the police. The police returned the fire. 3 men fell there, each with a firearm.
You know what I mean?
No need to panic.
And now your scene was taking place. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to go commit a crime, you understand? Not knowing you falling after a demon. And a demon job is to do what? That demon completed his task. You understand? That demon completed his task. You understand? A demon job is to get you unalive. You understand? That's why we say life is a what? Life is a war. You know what I mean? It's a war. You gotta fight yourself. You gotta be, you know what I mean, around brothers who want to go do these things and stand down and say, nah, can't do that. Gonna do what? On our lives, so, you know what I mean, other brothers. Now we're gonna have to find ways to deal with these situations where we don't have to unalive each other. Each black man life is worth something. You understand? It's worth something. I know more than likely, you know what I mean, you're beefing because he did you something wrong. But there's a way to come and get justice for if a man do you something wrong. You understand? And that shows you that we don't have the right type of leadership, you know what I mean, in our community. But under Commander Jerry Hanna, at the hem, we have the right leadership. Where you have some issue with a brother or a sister, you understand? You don't have to go pick up firearms. You may get a car load of men with firearms to go and deal with the situation. You understand? Now you can do what? Call a council, and now you sit down there, you explain your side, he explain his side. And at the end, a judgment is going to come, and nobody have to lose their life. You understand? Now, who going to feed these men family? You understand? Then some child was in it too. So some 16-year-old was in it also too, right?
You
understand? Like, we gonna have to do, you know what I mean, better as parents. We're gonna have to do better as, you know what I mean, family members, uncles, whatever. We gotta do better. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Go ahead, Salakia.
No. Go on. You go ahead.
Sir. If I may, see, all there were 6 brothers, you know, and they all was a part of a gang. You know what I mean? The gang name is Taliban gang. You understand?
And that's another thing too. Taliban. Why we have to go after these so-called heathens?
Right.
If we call ourselves what Taliban, we Israelites are. You understand? We all Israelites. When you start calling yourself Taliban and your name is, you know what I mean, you're calling yourself Al Qaeda, now you're making a difference between your bloodline. You understand? You're trying to, you know what I mean? Now you don't understand the value in a black man. The value in a black woman. You understand? You respect the Taliban so much you're gonna name yourself after the Taliban. You know, come on. You gotta do better than that. And guess who I'm blaming? I'm blaming the leadership. I'm blaming the church. The church supposed to be the one trying to do what? Trying to give society, the community, what? Some type of integrity, some type of moral compass. The church failed. The government failed us. You understand? They failed us tremendously. So now, who are we going to turn to for justice? You're going to turn to what? To the Jamaica justice system when it seems as if you could get paid off in the justice system. You understand? I want to say paid off, meaning this. You're a poor man, right? You can't afford a good lawyer. Guess what? 9 out of 10 times you might go to jail, even though you might be innocent, because you don't have a good lawyer. You understand? So now, you have to depend on that type of judicial system. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't, that ain't what the Lord set up. That's what England set up. You understand? And then when you have to go out get appeal, you got to go to England. And these oppressors had to sit down and hear your case and talk down to you like you don't know how to govern your people. You understand? And that's because we not going by what the Lord set out. You understand? You're going to have to come join the UPK and understand that in here, we cherish each black man life. And we're going to follow the Lord laws. You understand? One of the laws is say what? Thou shalt not commit murder. Can't do that. You can't premeditate. You can't sit down with 4 men in some guy and then go premeditate to go unalive some other men. Guess what? The Lord has something waiting for you.
Right.
You understand? So now you're gonna meet your fate. You thinking you going out, you know what I mean? You're going to do what? You're going to accomplish your mission. Well, guess what? The Lord has something else in plan for you. Get up for me, Ecclesiasticus.
Can.
You know what I mean? And you better stay down that path, come off that path. The Lord is not with you on that path. You understand? Right. And I bet you, you know what I mean, there's a high percentage that these men will high. You understand? Right. Which means you got to put down that marijuana. That marijuana cloud your judgment. You understand? It puts something in you that, you know what I mean, the Lord ain't put in you. You understand?
Right.
Now, read this.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39 and verse 28. And it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
They are what?
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
There are spirits that are created for what? Vengeance. All right? Vengeance. What's vengeance? Look up vengeance.
I
mean, yes, spirits that are created for vengeance. You understand? You thinking, you know what I mean, you have some, you know what I mean, you all don't sit down, concoct a plan to go do something to, you know what I mean, to go commit a crime. Oh, the Lord, you know what I mean, he has spirits waiting for you.
Right.
You understand? Read what vengeance is.
Sir. Vengeance, punishment inflicted or retribution exacted for an injury or wrong.
You understand? And that spirit is doing it. Why? Because you got no right in trying to take what? The law into your own hands.
Right.
And no more than likely, you know what I mean, you love your friend or some family member that was, you know what I mean, that was mistreated by the other side, by the ops. But guess what? You know what I mean? You gotta come to that table. Come to that table. You understand? Come to the table. You know what I mean? Bring it to council. You understand? So that another brother don't have to lose their life. Now, you went out with some plan to go on alive. How many ever person? Now, you had to go. Now, they're planning your funeral. Why? Because what? Read.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Read on.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Lay on what?
Sore strokes.
Sore strokes. Meaning what?
Right.
You could be what? You could die from this. You could be unalive. You understand? You could be hurt badly. You could be shot and laid up in the hospital for months recovering. You understand? You could be on that on you know what I mean, two steps away from the grave. You know what I mean, trying to get what? Vengeance. Well, there's spirits waiting for that. There's spirits that are created for it. You understand? And you being one of God's chosen people, you cannot go take judgment into your own hands.
You
understand? Because the Lord has spirits waiting. Come on.
Salakia, sir. If I may, I think in the world them call that karma, but in reality, is the most I carry out, you know what I mean, punishments for the things that were, you know what I mean, the wrongs that we do, you know?
Yes, that's it. And what this is, don't get me, don't get mixed up with what I'm saying or lose what I'm saying. You understand? I'm saying this so that brothers don't do what? Don't go try to commit what? A crime. I'm trying to stop it. Now, if your opposition did commit some crime against you, don't think because your mission ain't followed, don't think the Lord don't have the same spirit created for them.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna be dealt with too. But the Lord trying to tell you, you ain't the one to go pick up, you know what I mean, to pick up the gavel and, you know what I mean, and go get judgment. You're not the one to do it. You understand? First, we're gonna have to do what? We gotta put the weed down. We gotta put the drugs down.
Right.
You understand? We gotta put all the crime that we committing. We gotta stop all of that first. Stop it. And then when Christ come back and set this kingdom up, you know what I mean, in its rightful way, you understand what I'm saying? Then you're gonna see something. You know what I mean? And now we don't have to wait on that. Meaning this, we can have the kingdom of heaven, but we gonna have to follow what the Lord said to do. To have the kingdom of heaven right here. You understand? Now read on.
One cancer, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
In time of what?
In the time of destruction.
So that time of destruction is just about that time, just before the first blow, before the first bullet hit you. You understand? In that time of destruction, now you're in it. Ain't no time. You can't say, well, you know what? I don't think this is a bad idea. Too late.
Right.
When that time of destruction come. And say, Paul, what? Their force. You understand? I read on.
One cancer.
And listen to this good.
And appease the wrath of him that made them.
And what?
And appease the wrath of him that made them.
What is the Lord saying there? What is that saying? Explain that to me. What is that saying there? It says what? It appeased. What does it mean to appease? And who is it appeasing? Who made them spirits?
The Most High, sir.
You understand? So which means what?
They are carrying out the Most High's will.
Yes, the devil ain't do it. You understand? So those of you brothers who plotting to go do something tonight, you know what I mean? To go get revenge, to go get vengeance. Just know the Lord has spirits waiting and plotting so that they could appease the Lord. You understand? You're supposed to be working for the Lord just like them spirits working for the Lord. You understand? But when you're going against the grain, guess what? Them spirits right there to appease the Lord. Now the Lord looks on and say, you know what? Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. You understand? Like now it's, you know what I mean? Now this is, you know what I mean? This is an example for brothers and sisters who are reading and looking at it to know, stop if you're thinking about doing some revenge on some brother or sister. Stop it right there. Get that thought out your mind. Better you go do what? Your brother offend you, you go do what? You go talk to he and they alone. You don't know what transpire. You might think you know what transpire. You may not know what transpire. and you may be trying to commit a crime when a crime should not be committed. You don't know if the other man was doing what? Was self-defense. You don't know.
Right.
You understand? So now we start a cycle that ain't gonna never stop. And the only way for it to stop, we're gonna have to do what? We gotta come to the table and meet one another. We gotta bring each other, you know what I mean? Bring that man to counsel that offend you. You understand? The Christian church was supposed to be the one to hear your counsel, but now you can't even depend on them. You understand? Because look at the community the Christian churches are in.
Right.
Look at it. Look at the state of it. Why? Because they're not teaching you in the Christian church what's in this Bible. They're not teaching you. You go down this path of being a criminal. The Lord has spirits to appease him.
Right.
You understand? So he doesn't have to see a wickedness on display. You understand? Play a little bit more on the news.
One cancer. One cancer.
So shot and injured in the incident. According to reports, 4 men were shot and killed in downtown Kingston Wednesday morning. A police officer was also shot and injured in the incident. According to reports, sometime after 1, the police were in the vicinity of Orange Street when they heard gunshots. When they went to investigate, they were confronted by gunmen and a shootout ensued. 5 firearms, including 2 M16 rifles, were seized.
They intervened, and subsequently, men traveling in a high-six motor car opened gunfire at them, resulting in a running gun battle. Police pursued the men, was being fired on. The car with the men eventually crashed on King Street vicinity, Charles Street. 6 men, about 6, came out opening gunfire at the police. The police returned the fire. 3 men fell there, each with a firearm.
Salakia, sir, of the Salakia, go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
May have the definition for appease.
Go ahead.
It says pacify or placate someone by acceding to their demands.
Yeah, and that's what them spirits do for the Lord. You understand? The Lord is angry when he sees us in this way. But them spirits come and do what? Carry out that judgment. You understand? Have the law, take the law in its own hand. You understand? And now, guess what? The Lord said, well, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with what I'm seeing. You understand?
Salakia, sir, if I may, sir. You know what I mean? And one of those spirits, you know what I mean, are these spirits. See? A Satan, you know what I mean? Same Satan, you know what I mean, where tempt you, you know what I mean? You go out and carry out the act. Is the same Satan or the same demons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are going to carry out the judgment of the Most High. So, you know what I mean? Is you can never tell yourself, say, boy, you're going to go out there and commit a crime and you're going to escape scot-free. Like, I'm sure these brothers thought they would have. You understand?
Yeah.
You can never guarantee that when you go out there to do harm to anybody, you're going to escape scot-free yourself. Because the same demon, you know what I mean, we're convinced of it, do it, are the same demon we want to see you dead.
Yes, that's it. So that is it. You understand? Them demons working for the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you being tested, you're gonna have to do what? You gotta fight. You gotta tell that demon, no, I'm not listening to you. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
You understand? I'm not going to do that. Hey boy, better we go talk to him. Let's go talk to them man first. Instead of trying to do, you know what I mean, what the Lord is against.
Right.
You understand? I know you love your brother. You understand? I respect that. You love your brother. You love your sister. I know. I could see it. in the action. But let's look for another way out instead of trying to unalive each other. You understand? Let's look for another way out. There is another way out. Commander Jehan is giving you another way out. You understand? In here we have counsel. You have a matter and both of you can't deal with it. Bring it to the UPK and look and watch us deal with it. And everybody gonna go home. You know what I mean? To the to the loved one. You understand? Now, give me the one in Proverbs.
Can one can. Can one can. This is the can one can, sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you.
You understand? Like this here is you at that moment where what? Where reality done you start to kick in. And you realize, you know what I mean, you didn't really plan for this. You ain't trained for this, in other words. You understand? So now guess what? All this coming on you right now. You understand? Read on.
Can, sir. Then shall they call upon me.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, now you're in it. You're in the shootout. Now you're praying to the Lord to get you out of this alive. Too late.
Right.
That's what you don't understand. Too late. The demon done get you in that trap. The demon done lay that trap out for you. The demon was in the air saying, nah, we can go and do this. Don't worry, we're going to get away. You understand? We could do it in the early morning when there are no cars on the road. So we just, and then just jet out. Not knowing. Go ahead.
So like, yeah, if I may, sir, the demon had them do it so many times before.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean, clockwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So surely this time would be like the other times.
Yeah.
But nah, you know what I mean? This time is the time when, you know what I mean, the tables are going to spin around upon you.
This time is your desolation and your destruction coming as a whirlwind. You understand? Like a tornado.
Right.
Let's say a tornado. You know what I mean? See that joint coming. You know what I mean? You know the Lord in that tornado. You understand? Read on.
Sir. Then shall they call upon me.
Then shall they what?
Call upon me.
Yeah, they're going to call. Read on.
But I will not answer.
Meaning what? Your credit. That credit you have on your cell phone ain't the same credit you lose to call the Lord.
Credit run out.
Yeah, right then and there, you understand? You recognize that your credit run out. That's it. This is the end of the road.
Right.
Read on.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
They shall what?
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
You understand? Like you're gonna find the Lord when you go down that path. You understand? There's like sisters, you know what I mean, swinging on a pole. You praying to the Lord. Guess what? The Lord gonna make sure you get AIDS.
Right.
You understand?
You're
gonna be trying to see, you'll be praying to him before you get on stage. And here comes AIDS. You know what I mean? HIV. Here comes some disgusting venereal disease. You understand? That's desolation also too. That's destruction. Now you had to be on these pills for the rest of your life. You understand? Now you have to wear one of those what do they call those bags? Those I'm
not forgetting the name right now, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of them, you know what I mean, them ish bag. Them, you know what I mean?
That's what we call
Now
them,
you gotta,
fish bag.
yeah, now you gotta wear one of that. You understand? Because you
Right.
refused to take heed when the Lord was trying to tell you, don't do it.
Right.
Don't go down that path. You know what I
Can.
mean? Every time you gotta go to the restroom, you are remembered of the, you know what I mean, the mistake you made. You understand?
Salakia. You know what I mean? And most brothers who are going at the life of crime don't think that, you know what I mean, them can end up in this situation, you know. It's more like jail or death. See? But I had a brother, you know, who, because of cancer, he had one of those bags, sir. And trust me, I tell you, yo, that was living hell for the brother, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just, you can imagine have to live like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, trust me, it's hell. You know what I mean?
It is.
You know what I
mean? It is. You don't want to live like that. And I'll explain to you why, and I'll tell you why. You understand? The oppressor, he could live like that. Look at how wealthy he is. All the unaliving and crime he done commit, he still have his kingdom. Why? Why you think that? You think because the Lord's sleeping? No, the Lord ain't sleeping. The Lord waiting for us to wake up. You understand? For us to come back and deal with each other according to the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Why would the Lord go put your enemies to rest, knowing that if he give you a kingdom, you're gonna be in the kingdom with a pipe? You think the Lord wants you in the kingdom of heaven with a pipe, smoking marijuana?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or cocaine or heroin? You think you'll be in the kingdom of heaven with some pipe doing that? You're gonna anger the Lord. And you're gonna take the Lord for a joke. You understand? So now your enemies, they get to stand and watch you sit back and look and listen to the news, and to them is entertainment. You understand? When to you, that's, you know what I mean, that your life that you're not supposed to be. Yes, full out tragedy. Because you need 4 men gone. You know how much family members gonna cry tonight because of that? The men leave kids behind. I sure they leave kids behind. So now your kid had to grow up and know daddy went on a, you know what I mean, to a shootout and die like a criminal.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
So, grow up and know that daddy died and he deserved it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Salakia.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right? Give me Amos. Give me the one in Amos.
Cancer.
All right.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. And it says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore,
You what? And you know why I had to put it up on the screen, right? Because they're gonna think you're reading out some other copy. This is the King James Version Bible.
No, sir.
And the Lord is being what? This is possessive. He's saying what?
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
All the families on the earth. All the other nations on the earth, he only know you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You Jamaicans. That's who we know. Not the East Indians, not the Asians. You know, you on that island. Read on.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So you planning to unalive your brother? You unalive your brother. The Lord is going to do what? I will what?
I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Now, when the Bible speaks about iniquities, that's crimes against God. That's crime according to the Lord. You understand? Because in the Bible, it tell you what? Thou shalt not commit what? Murder. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not have interracial marriage. You understand? Like the Lord laid these laws down in the Bible for his family, for his people. Now you go against his laws, them spirits, he make them for you.
Right.
You understand? I go against his laws. He made them spirits made for me to appease him.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Remember, the Lord, he in heaven. You think if he, he gonna come down here and do what? With a belt? You know what I mean? Or come down and tell you, you grounded? Nah. You gonna send them spirits for you to let you know you're grounded. When you're jammed up in the hospital with your leg in some sling or your hand in some sling, you understand? You know what I mean? Or you're paralyzed from your waist down. No, you're gonna understand that was a whipping from the Lord. You understand? So to avoid all of that, why not just do what he said it to do? Why we don't just live right with each other according to the Bible? We have rules. You understand? The Jamaican government try to come up with rules, but trust me, the rules in the Bible trumps, you know what I mean, any constitution. Right. And when I say trumps it, meaning what? If you follow all the laws in the Bible, I guarantee you're going to follow all the laws of your land. And better, you're going to be an excellent example. Your integrity is going to be, unmatchable. Your morals, forget about it. You understand?
Cancer.
Right?
If I may, sir, you know what I mean? Being from the ghetto, you understand? Being from the ghetto, you follow the Bible, brethren, you're more, you have more integrity than, you know what I mean, people who don't come from such a toxic environment. You understand? And you go around them and them see it. You understand? Even though you talk with, you know what I mean, you know, the worst patwa, you understand? And you look like the ugliest thief. See? You keeping the laws of the Most High, make you better than, you know what I mean, the best citizen that society could ever dream of.
That's
you understand?
Right.
So, you know what I mean, like what Kappa said, you know what I mean, no constitution trump the Bible. As a matter of fact, the Bible is your constitution. You know what I mean? So like
That's right. And now let's take them to Deuteronomy.
Kind of one cancer.
You know because the Lord just said what? He gonna punish you for iniquity. And look, watch this.
Right. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. And it says,
now, this is Moses speaking directly to the children of Israel.
Right.
You understand? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Speaking to you Jamaicans, you Trinidadians, you Bajans, you Grenadians, you brothers in the West Indian Islands. You know what I mean? In America, the Negroes in America here. You understand? In South Central America, you understand? The Hispanics and them, the Native Indians. This is what the Lord's saying here to us. Read.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
And that's a curse.
Right.
You understand? That's a curse. Us fighting and unaliving each other, harming each other, that's a curse. You having an evil eye, you jealous towards your brother. You understand? Right? It's a what? It's a curse.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Cancer. And towards the wife of his bosom.
Yeah, we need to get to what's going on with the marriage. You understand? What's going on with the marriage? Now it's evil towards to who also to your wife. That's why so many single mothers in the ghetto. So many single mothers overall.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
So like yes, sir, and if I may, you know what I mean? Like I say, marriage It is not even considered marriage.
Yeah.
In the garrison. It's not considered marriage. You know what I mean? A girl, you know what I mean? She's sleeping with a man. You know what I mean? And she don't consider him her man because in her mind, he has a woman already.
Yeah.
So she have to go still find a next man. She have to go find a man for herself because, you know what I mean? That man is not her man even though she's sleeping with him.
Yep.
So it's not even considered a marriage. You understand?
Yep.
And, you know what I mean? Our sisters live a life, you know what I mean? Like promiscuous life, thinking that they must search for your husband when they already have one. You understand?
And
So
I'll add the brothers also too. Because as men, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We gonna be the one deciding. You know what I mean? Some brothers be like, well, you know what? After they done do what they had to do, they done lay with the sister, let's toss us to the side. Can't do that. You know what I mean? Some sisters, because you trying to protect your emotion, whatever, you know what I mean? You decide to, you know what I mean, not, you know what I mean, to separate, to leave the man.
Right.
You understand? You can't do that. You understand? Right. The law going, that's, you know what I mean, the law going to jam us up for that. You know what I mean? Like he doing right now. So these women having, in these single mothers growing up, these kids, and look at the situation, look at the state, the community in. Because a woman, she can't do what a man, the Lord didn't make her to do what a man could do. You understand? That man brings what? Discipline, protection to that house. A woman, she could only go but that far with it. You understand? That's why we say, go ahead.
So like, yes, sir. I don't mean to cut you off, but just to add to your point, you know what I mean, we make earlier that is us, the brothers' fault too, because, you know what I mean, we have, and this is because of the Christian church. We think that the woman that we are with is the main woman, and whoever other woman coming in at the picture is some side chick that you must keep in the dark or something. You know what I mean? Forcing that woman now to think that she need to find somebody else.
Yeah.
You understand? Forcing her to be a whore, but you know what I mean? You should just claim that woman too.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean? Claim her as your own as well. Make sure know that she have a husband too. You understand? And don't make she feel like she have to go run the streets in order to find someone for herself. Make sure know she have somebody for herself.
Yes, sir.
And what that caused our sisters, I mean for Ranta and bit
no, you go ahead, man.
What that caused these sisters to go out and lie. And it's they don't think they're lying, you know. Them go out and lie that, you know what I mean, they don't have a man. Because in their mind, them not have a man. So if you not dig deep to find out if she have sex with somebody, you think she don't have a man, but she really do. You understand?
That's why they gotta come in here and learn. You know what I mean? Learn the law of marriage. Learn how to, you know what I mean? Learn how to have a marriage. Because the church failing right now. The church has so many divorce. You understand? Right now. Because they don't know what marriage is.
Right.
You understand? Most of these brothers that in jail, locked up, or in the grave is because they don't understand the Lord. They don't know the Lord. They don't know his reputation. And that's because of a Christian church. You come into this school under command of Hannah, and I guarantee you, you're going to learn about the Lord within less than a month. You're going to know what the Lord likes, what he dislikes. Because in here, we don't beat tambourines.
Right.
You understand? We don't do all that singing, all that organ. You know what I mean? We don't do that. We sit down and we learn the Bible. You understand? We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We learn it and we practice it. Right? Read on.
Cancer. And towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
You understand? And now you have a 16-year-old any car to do what?
Right.
You understand? He is a child. What are you putting in his head? You understand? These type of behaviors is what is learned. You understand? Like you learn to be a criminal. Well, guess what? The Lord has something for you.
Right.
You understand? Just like a brother who, you know what I mean, who wants to do what's right, he has a reward. A brother who, you know what I mean, going down that path to do evil, he has a reward also too. You understand? He has a reward also too. And the Lord knows exactly when and how to dish it out on his own time. You know what I mean?
Right.
What me and you have to do is make sure we not on the Lord wrong side by doing what he'd say not to do. You have an ought with a brother, you go to that man.
That's right.
You go to him and you talk to him. You can't deal with it, then bring it to the Israelite School and University of Practical Knowledge. Bring it. You know what I mean? Challenge Commander Jehan and the system he's, you know what I mean, putting, you know what I mean, put together in here.
Right.
You understand? According to this Bible. Bring it, test it. You know what I mean?
Can.
You know what I mean? Any more on it?
La, sir, that was it.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? We say all of this to say we're gonna have to stop all that crime. We gotta stop all that unaliving against each other. It's angering the Lord.
Right.
You understand? The Lord give us these laws. Thou shalt not murder. You cannot unalive any man unless it's in self-defense.
That's right.
If it's in self-defense, then it's not, you understand, then that's not murder. You're defending your life, defending your family life. But you plotting, you in a car with guns and going to the ops. No, that ain't self-defense. You understand? And the Lord coming to see you. You know what I mean? We mightn't see it, but guess who's seeing it? The Lord's seeing it. Right. And he created it. He created spirits to deal with that situation.
That's right.
You understand?
All
right. All right,
sir. So we have our next story, sir. You know what I mean? Which, you know what I mean, proves that what the Christian pastors have been lying to our brothers and sisters in that church, you know what I mean, is, you know what I mean, it proves that what they have been doing is lying to our brothers and sisters. Slakia. See, so we have a story where a presidential candidate is RFK, which I think is some nephew of JFK. John F. Kennedy. Yeah. He basically came out and told everybody that worms was inside his brain. You understand? Eating his brain. And some doctor diagnosed it to say that, well, this usually happens because people eat undercooked pork.
Good night.
So
I know the Christians, and I'm gonna be like, well, if you cook it, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
right? If you cook it right, it ain't gonna happen. Well, you a fool.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're a fool. The Lord tell you what not to eat, what to eat.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Let's play a little bit of this. Let me hear this here. You know what I mean?
One cancer.
Let me be appeased like the Lord is going to be appeased by hearing this story.
It is a story you cannot make up. The New York Times is reporting that independent presidential candidate RFK Jr. said in a deposition in 2012 that a doctor told him a worm got into his brain, ate a portion of it, and then died. CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, joins me now. Dr. Gupta, Sanjay, great to see you as always. We thought you'd be perfect for this. You are a neurosurgeon. And I have to, the question I had instantly when I saw this is, well, besides the question, do I have one? But how common might this be? Does this happen?
Yeah, this does happen. I mean, obviously, we're just hearing about it from RFK himself. But I can tell you, as a neurosurgeon, it's a rare condition, but it's typically something that is caused by eating undercooked pork. And again, we don't know this for sure, but just based on the larvae get into your bloodstream and then basically can spread throughout the body in the bloodstream. They can go to all sorts of different organs, including the brain, Jim. So again, it's unusual. Let me show you an image here. This is what it might look like in someone's brain. When you do an MRI scan, you might see these areas, and you can see them in purple there, Jim, where they basically look like little cysts essentially in the brain. And that is the porkworm larvae that gets in there. Sometimes it just is sort of sitting there, doesn't cause any kind of problems. Sometimes it can cause other symptoms like headaches or even seizures. And again, we don't know specifically what happened with him or if this is actually it, but this does happen a few thousand times a year, and sometimes they even require surgery, Jim.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you've actually operated.
Salakia, sir, if I may. You know what I mean? You don't have that danger when you eat clean meats that the bones die so you can eat. You don't face those problems. You know?
Yeah.
You don't face, you know what I mean? You don't face the risk of some parasite invading your brain when you eat beef. You understand? When you eat lamb.
Yes.
You understand? When you eat chicken, fish. See? So, you know what I mean? There's no justifying this. Sir, Slakia.
No, you're right too, because he didn't say, well, any undercooked meat. He was specific with undercooked pork.
Pork, kind of one can.
You understand?
Kind of one can.
Yeah, I mean, like a pig is a trash can. You understand? You put anything in front of a pig is going to eat it. You could put a plastic bottle. You could put, you know what I mean, whatever. A pig will eat its own kind, eating anything.
Kind of one can. So,
you understand?
Come on. You know what I mean? The unaliving mafias, Zin, whenever they want to get rid of a human body, them usually throw it in a pig pen.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? That pig will eat the bones, everything. That body will disappear.
Everything. You have a pig on a farm. You know what a pig could be used for? You understand? That pig could be used to clean up your trash.
Right.
You understand? And the Lord tell you, give me that in the Bible where the Lord speak about us not eating swine. You understand? Those of you swine lovers. You understand? The Lord telling you, don't eat that meat. He's telling you it right here. Read it.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 and 7. And it says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
The Lord is telling you he's unclean to you.
Right.
You understand? Cannot eat no pig.
Right.
Cannot eat it. And you need this story to tell you this, not me. I'm gonna do what the Lord said to do. I'm gonna open the Bible and see where it's the Lord tell you that the pig is unclean and not eat it. Does that mean you can't pet a pig? You can pet a pig, man. You just can't eat. You know what I mean? You just can't eat the pig. You just can't eat piggy. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Pause. But you just can't eat it. You know what I mean? Can't eat that swine flesh, man. Come on.
God. If I may, sir, you know what I mean? Some of these devils, these, you know what I mean, white people, they make the best pets out of pigs, you know what I mean? They have the little piglet running up and down in the house with a bow tie around his neck, you know what I mean? And a dog and a cat. You know what I mean? Pigs make good pet. You understand?
Yeah, they're actually smart enough. Them pigs and them, they're smart.
God.
But you just can't cook piglet, man. You can't cook him. I mean, the Lord is against it. And those of you Christian who says, well, that's in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, it tell you that also too. You know what I mean? Give me where it say what goes in the unclean thing that goes into a man. You know what I mean? Because you Christians like to go there with it. When you don't even understand the Bible, you don't understand the context, you know what I mean, of it. You just read it and you find a reason to eat pork.
Right.
You understand? And now you're going to find a reason to say what? Well, I cook my pork. My pork ain't undercooked. You know how the oppressor is. You know what I mean? He like to eat everything raw. I cook my meat. Yeah, you could cook your goat. You could cook your lamb. You understand? You could cook your chicken. You just can't cook no pig, no duck, no shrimp, no crab, no lobster.
Right.
I don't need them meat. You know what I mean? Read this right here.
Matthew 15 and 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defile a man.
Right. And now you will think what? I could eat anything. No, Negro.
Right.
Would you eat a cat? Would you eat a dog?
Right.
What anything that goes in a man's mouth, right, ain't going to defile him. Would you eat another human being? Now you're gonna tell me, well, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on, man, you're overdoing it. No, I'm not overdoing it. It says what? Read it one more time.
Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man.
So how you know you could just eat pork? Then you eating pork based on what? Is it saying that you could eat pig?
Blast.
What you actually telling me? Then if I say, well, you're going to eat a human, you're going to tell me you got to use common sense. No, I'm not using common sense when I have the Bible. That makes sense.
Right.
You understand? You use your common sense and try and decide, you understand, which one you're going to do. You're going to listen to man or you're going to listen to the Most High. Use your common sense.
Right.
I'd rather listen to God. And God said, don't eat pork. So now how I could come in the same Bible tell you we're not to eat pork, you mean swine, and now think he going to tell me in the New Testament to eat swine.
Right.
Then, you know what I mean, you trying to tell me that the Lord we serve, he's schizophrenic, he bipolar.
Right.
I think you might be the bipolar one. You might be the schizophrenic one.
That's right.
You might be the mad one, the crazy one, to think that the Lord could tell you, don't eat something in the Old Testament, and in the New Testament, all of a sudden it's clean. It's still unclean.
That's right.
You just don't understand the Bible. This is a conversation Christ is having here with who? With the Sadducees or the Pharisees. And this was about what? Washing your hand before you eat.
Right.
You understand? We had a custom of washing. We are clean people. You understand? So you, before you sit down to eat, because you're outside, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Doing whatever you had to do. Or you may have touched money. You know, money change different hands, you know what I mean? Every day. So guess what? You wash your hands before you sit down to eat. Now, sometime you might sit down to what? Eat without washing your hands. I might forget. You'll be like, yeah, I'm so hungry. Yeah, I mean, you're happy to get a meal, you know what I mean, from your wife, you know what I mean, or from mommy or whoever. You understand? And you sit down to go eat. Get to wash your hand. Now, Christ is having a conversation explaining to them is not what goes into a man's mouth that defile it. Skip up to where it says it. To get it for them to get it context. You understand?
Verse 1. Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, verse 2, why do thy disciples transgress the traditions of the elders?
You understand? Tradition, the custom of the elders.
Right.
Right? Now, listen to what the custom is. Read.
For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
And that's the thing with Christians. They look at what? They look at their customs, their traditions over what?
The Most High's commandment.
Yeah, the Bible.
Right.
So now you break you breaking some wafer and drinking some wine based off of custom, not based off the what? The Bible. You understand? You eating pork, not because the Bible say you can eat pork. You eating pork based because of your what? Your custom.
Right.
You understand? Because mommy and daddy leave you a legacy, what? Of every what? Christmas, you do what?
Eat ham.
Yeah, you eat ham. Is that the only time around that time where the pork is cheap and you could buy the pork and eat it? You understand? So now you're able to put a big slab, you know what I mean, of unclean meat on your table and pray over it. The Lord ain't hearing that.
Right.
You understand? He ain't hearing that. You might get one of them good old worm. Cook or uncook, you might get a good old worm.
One of those
to deal with our brain.
You know what
I mean? And you'll be reminded every day you should not have touched that pork.
That's right.
No, for you not to be in that position, just don't eat it.
That's right.
So you had a wonder. You know what I mean? So this here, Christians have to deal with what? You washing your hand. What goes into a man's mouth is not what make him unclean. That's not what make him unclean. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
That's exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. Your tradition is having pork at the table for Christmas.
Right.
You're transgressing the Lord's commandment.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
To add to your point, you know what I mean? Your tradition is to eat pork while, you know what I mean, complaining that you don't pray over the pork. You understand? So
that's it. Yeah.
And if I may again, sir, you know what I mean? They don't really believe that anything, you know what I mean, can eat, you know, like you said earlier, you know, sir. Because then why is there always this uproar in Jamaica when the Chinese man sell you some dog or some Chinese, you know what I mean, is found in the back of the restaurant stripping and, you know what I mean, stewing down some, you know what I mean, some nice curry dog.
Yeah, some nice Scooby-Doo.
Some nice Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Why is there an outcry if you believe that, you know what I mean, you can eat anything? Really and truly, sir, them don't believe that. Them just want to eat some pork. You understand?
That's what they want to do. That's the, I mean, now you get into it. They want to eat pork, so they find a way, the scripture, where they could what? They read and they could stick, oh, we could eat pork. You know what I mean? And then the next one, give me the next one with Peter. You know what I mean? That's Acts what? 5 or 10 and I think it's 10.
10 and 13, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Salakia. This is actually 11. Let me just go to the beginning, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, you take your time.
This is the book of Acts chapter 11. And let's start at verse
while again, and these are scriptures that Christians will go to. You understand? So we're going to just to show you that these Christians don't understand the Bible. And all they're doing is looking for an excuse to break God's commandment. You understand? Right? No. Read verse 7. Let's get straight to, go ahead and read from there. Go ahead and read from there.
Verse 5. I was in the city of Joppa praying, and in a trance I saw a vision, a certain vessel descend as it had been a great sheet
again, you Christians, pay attention to context.
Right.
This is not happening in reality. This is a dream he's having, right? Just you dream sometimes, right? As the Bible says, some people will have what? Vision. Some people will see the future.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? In their dream. But the future does not, it doesn't be, how to put it, your dream is not plain. It's not like, you know what I mean, like a storybook. Come on.
So we have a saying in Jamaica that dream don't walk straight.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Kind of
like you're going to be here one time, here the next time.
Right.
And it might be the same thing you're trying to get you to understand.
Kind of
right? Well, the dream he is having here, right? It's metaphorical for something in reality.
Right.
Right? Now read.
Kind of cancer. As it had been a great sheet let down from heaven by four corners, and it came even to me.
Right, read on.
Verse 6. Upon the which, when I had fastened mine eyes, I considered and saw a four-footed beast of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air.
Yep.
Verse 7. And I heard a voice saying unto me, Arise, Peter, slay and eat.
So listen to this good. The voice said what? Arise, Peter, slay and eat. So Peter said what? There's a sheet coming down, and all manner of beasts is on the sheet. Four-footed beast is on the sheet. You understand? Does a pig have 4 foot? Yeah. A horse? Yes. You understand? A camel? Yes. Giraffe, bison, all these things have what? 4 foot.
Right.
You understand? 4 feet. Read.
Verse 8. But I said, no, not so, Lord.
What? Hold on. He said what?
Not so, Lord.
It seems as if Peter following the dietary laws too. Right? So no. Let's see where they get where you can eat anything. Read on.
For nothing common or unclean has at any time entered into my mouth.
Which means he what? Followed the dietary law.
Right.
And he knew what? Pigs were unclean, horses were unclean, camels were unclean. You understand? Read on.
Verse 9. But the voice answered me again from heaven, what God has cleansed, that call not thou common.
So now he knows this is a dream.
Right.
So what is this saying in reality? So now in reality, since he see 4-footed beast, he should just go and eat it and put it in his mouth. He should go kill the first pig he see in his stable and then put it to his mouth. No, this dream is trying to tell him something.
Right.
You understand? It's trying to tell him something. And now you're going to have to know the situation or the history on the brothers in Jerusalem and the brothers that were living outside of Jerusalem. And let's get to the meat of the matter here now. Since we're talking about meat, let's get to the meat of the matter. Skip down, I think, to verse where he say and he realized. Then I remember right there. No, not there. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up. Yeah. Go ahead and read that from 11.
Verse 11. And behold, immediately there were 3 men already come unto the house where I was, sent from Caesarea unto me.
Read on.
Verse 12. And the Spirit bade me go with them.
To the what?
And the Spirit bade me go with them.
Read on.
Nothing doubting. Moreover, these 6 brethren accompanied me, and we entered into the man's house.
Right. Now read on.
Verse 13. And he shewed us how he had seen an angel in his house, which stood,
read on.
Which stood and said unto him, send men to Joppa and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter.
So now remember this, that what? Peter just had a vision.
Right.
So now he wake up outside, and 3 men at the door that took him, and now he going to what? This house, right? Where 6 other men is. And now they're explaining to him about what? Some other vision, right? Somebody sent them, right? Now skip down. Skip down. All right. Skip down. Skip down. Skip down. Skip down. Come on down. Where Peter, look for when Peter say what God had cleansed. It's there. You understand? Which lets you know that Peter knew what the Lord was talking about.
Right.
You understand? Where we had stopped reading from before.
We stopped reading at verse 13, sir.
No, go back up. Right?
You need the part where it say what call no man unclean, right?
Yes.
Let me find quick and fast, sir.
Yeah. And that's what you want. You understand? Because that's what it was. Because why? Because the brothers in Jerusalem, they were what? They were considered what? They were considered clean. The brothers who were outside of Jerusalem were considered what? Unclean. That's why brothers in Jerusalem, you read about brothers in Jerusalem, they did not want to be seen with any brother that was what? Outside of Jerusalem. You understand? Because they took that law of circumcision very serious. You understand? If you weren't circumcised on the 8th day, then you were what? You were cast out. Right? Now read this.
And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
You understand? Right? Which means what? He is looking at a brother who was what? Who wasn't born in Jerusalem as what? Somebody from another nation. Why? Because of that circumcision. You were basically cast out, and you are looked at like what? Like another what? Nation. Read on.
Like a heathen.
Yes.
Cancer. But God has shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
That I should what? Not call what?
I should not call any man.
Any what?
Any man.
Any beast?
Any man.
Any animal?
Any man.
So this vision was pertaining to what? A man.
Right.
Right? And men. That's why Peter, or I should say Paul, said what? He went to who? To the Gentiles. The unclean was the Gentiles, and the Gentiles were brothers and sisters who were not living in where? In Jerusalem.
Right.
They were the unclean. And Peter finally understood the vision. That it had nothing to do with what? Meat. And he knew it had nothing to do with meat because Peter followed the dietary law.
That's right.
And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have to follow the dietary law, just like Peter, just like Christ, just like all his disciples did. You understand? Like the Lord is, he know what he created. You don't need your science to let you know what meat you shouldn't eat. You understand? Because if you could put anything in your mouth, then then vultures are open game. But you will never eat a vulture.
Right.
You gonna tell me because of common sense? You understand? All that is written in the Bible. You're not supposed to eat vultures. You're not supposed to eat these birds that basically nigh on to being carnivores. You can't eat a duck. A duck is just like a pig with wings. And ducks eat anything. And it has a web foot, and the Bible says you should not eat it.
That's right.
You understand? I don't know what your pastor teaching in church. Because why? Because the pastor, he enjoyed the pork too, right? He enjoys it too. You understand? Which means he's following after tradition. And because you're following after tradition, you are going to what? Break God's commandment.
That's right.
We got to stop that tradition of eating pork, eating duck, eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. We got to stop that and do and eat what the Lord said to eat. You mean anything again you want to bring up before? We close it out.
Sir, that I think that's an excellent way to close out the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Then go ahead.
Just to say to anybody watching online, if you have a question where you want to ask Captain Nayatak, feel free to type it in. You know what I mean? If there's any Christians who want to jump into and and challenge the scriptures, feel free.
Just if you don't want to challenge, you want to know. You know what I mean?
One can.
If you want to know what to eat, if you could eat this animal, what animals you could eat, just ask. You know what I mean? And we gonna for sure pull it and show you what the Lord say, what to eat. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Got one concert.
So what we gonna do? That's it for the night. Come on.
Just one more point. You know what I mean? The Most High giving us his dietary law, sir, is him putting us upon game, like what you alluded to earlier, You understand? He's letting us know what he created and what we should eat, what is good, because what he created it, he know what is good and he know what's bad. So it's not that, you know what I mean, because the swine tastes good. You know what I mean? We can bet you that, you know what I mean, iguana tastes good. We can bet you the Chinese, you know what I mean, love the taste of that, you know what I mean, that curry dog. You understand? But not because it tastes good, mean it's supposed to be food. You understand? And the most people know that. And the most they prevent us from catching some illness or some virus. You know what I mean? Some viral disease where go cause a pandemic. Look at the COVID-19.
Yeah.
How did the COVID-19 come about? The COVID-19 come about because some Chinese wet market them could stop eating that, you know what I mean, abominable beast. I forgot its name, sir.
I think they call it the pangolin or something like that.
The pangolin, just the name alone can show you say that not for eat. The name alone no sound like food.
Yeah.
You understand? How it cause the COVID-19.
Yeah.
You understand? So the Most High know the dangers of them thing, and he was giving his people, the children of Israel, you know what I mean, putting us upon game. The Edens never know them thing, you know.
Yeah.
See? But the Most High make his people know, say, yo, look, this is all the thing said. Don't eat that. You can eat this, but don't eat that. You can do this, don't do that. You understand?
Yep.
So we never need science. You understand? Because we have the Bible. You understand? So that,
no, you're right. And also too, you know what I mean, you have time and you go read that Bible. You know what I mean? You're gonna see that the heathens, you know what I mean, when you read about the Christ said when the abomination of I forget how he said when that stand, meaning when they go into our temple and defile it, and what they used to defile it with was what? Was swine's flesh. Which lets you know we're not supposed to eat that. That swine come from the oppressor. You understand?
Right?
Right? And also, too, you read about the woman that lost, I think it's 7 kids.
7 sons, sir.
7 sons that would not eat swine flesh.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Which shows you how serious we took that. And that's coming back in here today. You understand? We in the ICPK, we do not eat swine. Can't even smell it. Can't be around it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
To the point where we read the ingredients of anything that we're going to put in our body.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? In that grocery store. You understand? We read that. And come on.
If I may, sir, is a great thing about being in the UPK. See?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You get shed of many demons that you had in the world, you know? Because
that's right.
I know the center pork alone, you hate. You hate all the center weed, cigarette. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You know, for some people, many of our people, it's difficult for them to kick that demon there of smoking weed. You know what I mean? Eating pork is also a demon too. You know, it's almost, you know, I'm the excuse, like me I reason with a virgin on the slavery, sir, and you know what I mean? Me I make him know, say, yo, people don't really have no reason for you to eat pork, you know, because if you buy some stew beef, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You understand? So what are the reason why people love and defend the eating of pork? There's really there's no reason. Got
that's
to
right.
be a demon, Bridget. You understand? But the great thing about being in the UPK is you learn how to despise those things. You understand? And it's
that's
a great
right.
thing, Bridget. That's
you
why
learn,
we say, Slakia, go ahead, sir.
No, you finish off, Slacky.
Slakia, just to say, you know what I mean? When you get inside these classes, you understand? Slakia, that was it, sir.
Yeah, and learn. You know what I mean? And you don't give me the excuse that, you know what I mean, that pork cheaper. You know, the reason why pork cheaper is because your farmers gain incentives to do what? Rear pigs. And pigs is, you know what I mean, cheap to maintain.
Right, because you don't have to feed them. You know what I mean?
Much, you know what I mean? But you could go the same thing that you could get a ton of cows. You understand? A ton of cows is going to do what? They're going to send the prices down also too, but they know what they're doing to the market.
Right.
I mean, you're going to have to be the one to decide how the market go. You got to stop buying pork. So guess what? If you stop buying pork, what's going to happen? If you stop buying pork.
You know what I mean?
Now they got to go raise the animal that you eat, right? That's what they got to go do.
We need some sheep in Jamaica, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, so you wanna close it out there?
Yeah, man. That's too up, sir.
Up to you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank Christ.
And with that, you don't know another excellent episode again. Slakia, sir. Right. Episode is episode 50, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Getting up there, boy.
So to order again for coming through. You know what I mean? This is the Breakdown podcast where we break down the strongholds that hold back the children of Israel in North, Central, and South America and the Caribbean. And with that, shalom.
Shalom.
Slakia, what you say, sir?
No, I said play my tune, man. You mean run it? You know what I mean? Run that joint.
Let me find it back. Look like I close it, you know, sir. I'm finding it back.
No, it's right there. I seen it.
That one they attack?
Yeah, that one. And then the other one to run the two of them, man.
Okay, go on, guys.
Yo, One West, UPK. Yeah, easy. Hey boy, you're not tough, your favor tough crackers. Don't come around here so when you know see rockers. Gun full of copper, none of them are clappers. Hey, where the hell is them? Me say dash more liquor in a cup. All of me killer them kidney and liver up. The nigga them me a bar, we no give a fuck when my shop pull trigger dog. Every week I bust one west. No coward, no day in ya, so if I were you a study pick another syllabus. Out of guns where we have coulda feel a bus. Everything a walk just cross the line. Strap up the Ingram palm side with one in at the head like all the time. Custom Glock when you can't find. Bus 40 buys that hard to find. Kill with the scope of the army style. Chop out them head from 40 mile. Don't fuck yourself, no start, no vibes. This a bad man party time. Figure though, so it sound when it in a bus. Every nigga where you see. So triggered up, boy we get figured up. Which I till I go too fat, girl me have up. One a dark skin a she me love, but me deal with the browning vigorous. Couple 9, couple Mac 10, 16 plus 45 to the max 17 add up. Minor adjustments for the 9, make your big gunshot and it. Yeah. I want to see night building easy. Yo, plan right now, me I go need to do confession. If me go to jail, would you wait for me? Or you woulda fuck for me with me charge it? If me sick, would you care for me? Or you woulda leave me to go party? If me dey a foreign and I send me money, would you build a house in my name for me? And some men me a wait Charlie, one question and me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance, me a ask 21 question. Girl right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If the police them a search for me, would you sell me or would you work for me? Would you tell them where to find me and make the situation worse for me? Girl, if me need loyalty, put a count on your loyalty. Would you bring the money for me? Girl, or would you just bail on me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Right now, girl, you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If me nah work and me nah no money, big your girl, would you be there for me? If a man with a new GLE job, if your girl would you choose they or me? If you start greed and your family, them start pressure you, step it dash way the tummy. With your murder the little baby, or you will bring it to bear for me? Me a ask 21 question, like you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a